So that's where Quincy Jones and me kind of come out, where okay, I can conduct the orchestra, I can read and write, arrange, compose. You know, we can put together a live band. You know what I mean? We can call in the top songwriters. You see what I'm saying? And present it to the top A&R's executives or whatever, and deliver it. Because you gotta work for them. You gotta deliver to them what they want. Hey, I want something up tempo. You might not be good with making up tempos. What you gonna do? I need a ballad. You know how to make power ballads? So it's about having that expansion. And if you don't have music theory, bring some of those people from the church that you cool with. All right, I know the bass player, I know the key player, I know this person. And then vibe through them. You know what I mean? When I did Rick Ross, Here I Am, it was just about bringing that band to the table. That was the first Drummer Boy live. You know what I'm saying? Live bass, live drummer, live piano with the MPC. And just mixed all of that analog, digital. Absolutely. So you gotta be able to do it all if you wanna be well-rounded, or it's gonna be a lot of work that you miss out on. Movie scores, soundtracks, things of that nature, being able to do it. They're gonna call you. If you can't deliver in time, 24 hours, guess what? I'm gonna call Mr. Hank. Guess what? I'm gonna call Trap De Niro. Guess what? I'm gonna call Polo. I'm gonna call, you know what I mean? So,
Gonna make it
be prepared.
Anybody else want to chime in on that? Are y'all feeling good? Go ahead, Hank.
For me, let's piggyback on what Drum is saying. It was a time when I did walk around the club, fuck everybody, and everybody kept calling me for them kind of beats. So after a while, I was like, I can do other shit. You know what I'm saying? so I never forget. Shout out to Arlinda. She hooked me up. She was working with Colonel Loud at the time, and he was he's a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, man, why are we trying to, do this young boy shit? Let's make some grown man music, you know? And for me, like you said, we listen to Frank Beverly Mays, and I was like, damn, man, nobody will touch this Will One record, you know? And at the moment, it was just I was like, fuck it, let's try it. And I originally did it for Jeezy, Boosie. I shopped the record around. And anybody up here tell you, you might send a record in, you might have to send it to 40 different people before it really get placed. And finally, man, sat down with Colonel, we listened to it about 3 or 4 more times. Dolph walked in, and he was the last person on the world I thought would get it. And he just walked in and started rapping, and that was it. So the inspiration really comes from trying different stuff, not want to be caught into one box. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. All right, well, I'm about to jump real quick. You want to say something real quick? Okay. I want to jump real quick. I want to touch the public success. Incredible beat.
Bunch of street records, and like you said, Lil Duval, living my best life.
Give it up. Now, we're going to one of the hottest, new, freshest producers, man, in the business, man. Y'all know anything about Stupid Beats? Y'all heard that name? I know you heard the tag. You know what I mean? That's my brother's sort of name. Like I said, he's way on the come up. Award winning already, been doing this thing. How let the family Stupid Beats, man?
What's going on, people? Not gonna lie, Stupid Beats, so I'm calling me being whatnot. I produce records such as Differences for Rich on the Corner, Pain for Jarrell Deshaun, Mind Right for TK and Cash. Did like 20% of Lucha's first album, whatnot. Born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, Swat's raised and whatnot. So I've been in the music about 10 plus years. And my manager,
There you go.
Publishing guru, that's what managed me.
Fuck Guru.
Got into my career and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, got a couple of artists that I'm getting ready to come out with, doing a record label now. I'm trying that to venture for a bit and see how that works. And I'm just ready to bring this new artist out to y'all. His name is True and whatnot. So I'm ready to drop some new music on y'all and whatnot. And other than that, shit, I hope y'all keep rocking with me.
That's what I'm talking about. Good up to you. Now, this brother right here, man, I ain't even gonna say much because I'm gonna let him talk for himself, man. Living legend already, you feel what I'm saying? If y'all don't know the name, get to know the name, man. You feel what I'm saying? Mr. Bibby, can you tell us what's going on, baby? Come on,
Thank you.
give it up.
How everybody doing today? Yeah. I'm Rocky Bivens. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I started my career with Mr. R. Kelly. We created Rockland Records,
Yeah, we
of
know.
course. Then I was fortunate to meet my lovely wife on tour, Ms. Latasha from Escape. Give it up for my wife, y'all. So I started off as Rob's bodyguard, and then I started performing with him. And you know, with Rob, you can't get too much attention, so I had to get off the stage and go behind the scenes. That's where I met Barry Hankerson, and he kind of said, "Listen, you got something. I'm gonna show you this game." So he kind of gave me insight, you know, about music. When I met Escape, I ran into a young dude named Jermaine Dupri, and he like, "Man, you got something. You know, you should come to Atlanta." So I came down to Atlanta and went in the studio with him, and instantly I'm like, "Hey, listen, I need to see Escape." So, you know, Jermaine was looking at me like, "You know, I want you to, you know, come on board with So So Def." I'm like, "Nah, I need to see Escape." So, you know, all the while I was sneaking from from R. Kelly to be down, you know, with Jermaine. And when I ran into Tasha, I was like, "Hey, listen, I can do something for y'all." So I began to manage Escape and, you know, change their whole career. Then I ran into a lawyer by the name of Larry Rudolph, and I did a unique deal with Larry. You know, I told Larry, "You teach me music industry law, and I'll give you Escape. You give me an office at your Park Avenue office space, you give me office space, and you teach me this game, and I'll change the world." And he brought a young artist to me by the name of Britney Spears. And from that, history was made. Tamar Braxton was my first artist that I ever signed. And from there, I just went on signing writers and producers, Chef Tone, Lil Ronnie, all the records from I'm a Flirt to Say Ah to Invented Sex. You know, so I continue to try and sign artists, writers, producers. The return of Escape, you know, was magical, and it's about to be magical again. You know, after 20 years, no records sell out 29 arenas across the world. You know, it took a lot of preparation, teaming up with Mona Scott and TV and movies and all that. So I'm continuing to move the needle forward, signing new artists, writers, producers, and, you know, keeping this music industry legacy going. Thank you.
You're empowering us. I appreciate you, bro. That's your memory. Now, last but not least, man, we got the future. Thank you. Trap is the future. In case y'all don't know, he's managed by myself and Miss Arlinda Garrett. You know what I mean? He is the future of what we see. He's already done a lot of records under his wing, man, just as a young brother coming up. And I wanted to put him on the panel to create the dynamics between the new and the seasoned. I'm gonna say old because I'm not old yet. The new and the seasoned. You know what I'm saying? So that you can feel the dynamic of the economy, what's going on here. The Trap, tell what's going on, tell the records you worked on already. Come on, Future.
How everybody doing? Everybody doing good? Yeah. Thank y'all for coming out. Miss G, Manny, salute. But yeah, I've been producing for 15 years. I started in junior high, I was 14, so I grew up in a church environment. You know, I went to church every Sunday. So I grew up on gospel and you know, old school vibes and everything, but then I heard Master P and he changed my life. And I said, man, this is my genre of music right here, so before you know, I just started producing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I started producing, and then I stopped for 6 months. I was like, this is the hardest shit to ever do. Then I just said, let me just start over, and then I'm here now, so. But I work with Dobie, T.I., Just J, Trillville. I won a Golden Globe from, y'all familiar with Dobie?
Yes.
Yeah, so I produced that Let Me Find Out. And,
All right.
I'm the baby of the group, you can say, of this panel. So I just want to thank Manny and Miss G for having me up here. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Yeah! Future, baby! Protect me!
Almost, my dad in the orchestra, my mom in the opera, and I'm in the streets of Memphis. So it's a crazy ass combination with the blues and the country and bluegrass and
Combo.
Justin Timberlake and all this shit. So I always call my music gumbo, cause I used to wake up listening to my dad practice. My mom in church choir, Baptist church, and you know, just getting the vibes from the church, kind of like a 1500. So I took all of that knowledge of music, and I had an older brother, R.I.P. Insane Wayne, who kind of gave me the motivation to make beats.
Yes.
Him and Jazzy Faye was best friends. Jazzy Faye from Memphis, all of them was hanging together. So like my brother generation, I think my brother.
A pretty decent following, and they'll reach out to you via email like, hey, we have this new platform. Start, use that platform. You never know. It could be the next TikTok. So I would just recommend that.
And also to add off of what they were both saying with both points, if you have content and you're able to pub it, things like YouTube, I mean, it's so easy to get in front of millions of people if you have the budget. And I would just say start allocating a little bit of funds. I believe YouTube views, it costs maybe like 2-3 cents per view. So if you have that, and it only counts after that point if they watch it past 15 seconds. So say you have a video, say you have a song, you can put that in front of millions of people, and if they don't watch it past the 15 seconds, one, you already got your name and your brand out there, two, you're not charged for it. So you have different ways and mechanisms in which you can get in front of those people to where your songs can remain at the top of their, top of mind for however long, whether it's past 2 years, 3 months, etc. But then you also want to have a place where people can engage with your content, so your social pages. So social media marketing, Facebook, Instagram, those things lead directly to your site. YouTube, you can make sure that if you have a website or you have something that you want them to download, it can click directly to that. So just start doing your research and being a little bit more intentional as far as how you want your marketing strategy to be, because it can be free, it can be paid. But if you have nothing for them to look to or go to past the one song, then you're not going to keep that following going. So I would definitely say make sure your content is heavy in the reservoir.
Mike, you wanted to say something? All right, so I also want to interject too. Something that I think people overlook and is super important, especially for emerging artists, and this is not to discount the importance of social platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube and TikTok, but building an email list, especially for emerging artists, is super, super, super important. Email marketing is still
Copyright.gov. Do it online. Download your track digitally. It's a much more advanced and much quicker process. Then there's the SR copyright, which is owned by the label, called the master. That's the copyright for the master. The label owns that. And the label, I guarantee you, well, if you're your label, maybe not, but when you get to the big label, they will make sure their stuff is covered. Because the greatest asset you have as a writer is that copyright. That is your bank, that is your money, that is your income, your investment. So you gotta make sure that you take care of that registration. Copyright.gov is real user-friendly. You don't have to be a lawyer, you go on there. It has those FAQs, frequently asked questions if you get confused. But as James said, the first step you should have is have you a lawyer. So when you run into these things that kind of a little confusing, you have somebody you can call on, you can go by and sit down and talk to. I'll give you a story. I was teaching here at a place called Georgia State. Anybody Georgia State folks in there? Okay. And I had a young man who was a constant pain in the you-know-what. Every day after class, he's up in my face. Doc, can you tell me about this? Doc, well, what if we did it this way? Doc, I got a friend who's doing this. This kid was so persistent in learning this business that he got to be like a son to me. He would come by my office, he would meet me after class. This gentleman's name is Christopher Bridges. You know him as Ludacris. You have never heard about Ludacris having no problem with his business, because he learned the business before he got in the business. So take some time, learn the business, and do better, because you won't make those mistakes.
Can you, before you sit down, can you also clarify to them, if you're a producer, the rights that you're giving when you're negotiating those two different copyrights, how those rights are being transferred in a producer agreement with the master rights versus the underlying copyright?
When you're a producer, you are the owner of what we call the half of the song, because the music makes up 50% of the ownership of the song. The lyrics make up 50%, and the music makes up 50%. So people say, I'm not a songwriter, I'm a producer. Yes, you are a songwriter. Half of the song is based on the musical content. And when those songs get transferred to a record company, typically there's some language in there, usually around paragraph 5 or 6, talking about work for hire. Work for hire language means that now you have just transferred your ownership to that record